On this edition of the Koffers, it's time to get metal. Well, look at that. We got more Godzilla Kong New Empire stuff to look at. I managed to find the Jada Metalfigs while I was out and about last week. So I was at Walmart and I found Kong, Scar King, and Shimo in a nondescript box. Not far from, where you normally would find these guys. Well, the Playmates ones, at least. But no Godzilla. So I went looking around, couldn't find Godzilla anywhere, so I discovered that Five Below is selling these bad boys. So I've seen other people post finding these guys in Walmart in the actual 4-pack. I've yet to find them in my area. So I just went to Five Below and ordered Godzilla. Here's the thing. Didn't realize that these are different. And we'll get into that in a moment, but what we're going to do is we're going to open these bad boys up. I'm not going to do them individually. We're going to open them all up at one time and check them out and see how they compare and contrast to one another, because there's a little bit of a difference in them, and you'll see in a second. So first things first, Kong came from Walmart, and he's got this sticker on top of him. Where Godzilla came from Five Below, and I ordered him online, and nada. So I know some of you have been asking, so there you go. There is your complimentary barcode. You can screenshot that. So let's check out the packaging real quick before we open these guys up. So as you can see, there's Godzilla and there's Kong. Give them these windowed boxes. There's the Jada Toys, the Metalfigs with a nice metallic print. Then we'll just look at Godzilla, we'll spin him around. There's the side. Legendary, the Monsterverse. Then here's the back. All 4 figures in the line. So these are tiny. As you can see, I'm holding in my hand. These are 2.5-inch figures. So let's crack them open and see how they stack up. All right, we got them open. As you can tell, these are 2.5-inch figures. And surprisingly, they're not completely made out of metal. And the other thing is, Kong, Scar King, and Shimo are keychains. Yes, I did not realize this when I bought them initially until Godzilla showed up. And once I was looking at the package, no keychain, and I realized Walmart and Jada did keychains of these guys. Now, it makes sense. When you see, and there you go. This is part of the problem. So their bodies are completely made out of metal. Let's look at Shimo, for instance, here. So right here, the entire body is metal, along with the head. But the rest, the limbs, as you can see, they're soft plastic. Now, for 2.5-inch figures, the detailing on them is actually really good. They are far better than any of the minifigures that Playmates has created thus far. Now, the keychain aspect is insane to me, but it also, in hindsight, makes financial sense because, well, these are tiny little figures. These are perfect size for keychains. You have dangle from your key ring on your car. But it's still astonishing because the box really doesn't say anything about it. You kind of have to look. So, and the bigger thing is, there's no price difference. So each one of these was about $5 and like 30 cents after tax. Godzilla paid a little more because I actually had to have them shipped. The Five Belows around my area don't have these guys in stock yet. They do sell the other Metalfigs, but the Monsterverse stuff has not made it to their store yet. So I paid just a smidgen more for Godzilla. But this is them. This is it. These are pretty basic figurines. They are very well detailed. I'll give them credit. Jada did a fantastic job on coloring these guys. And the sculpt's actually pretty cool. That said, they're simple little figures. These are pretty much the equivalent of having tiny Funko Pops on your desk. As you can see, Kong's the basic one. He doesn't have his power glove. So, and look here. So the chain is, chain is at the neck. There's a little hook there. And there you go. So, as far as Monsterverse stuff goes, these are cool. I'm not gonna lie. These are perfect if you don't have a lot of room. If you have an office desk, or someplace that you kind of want to show off your nerdiness, but at the same time don't have a lot of room for an expensive figure to be propped up, these are absolutely perfect. They're also good for like things like cake toppers and stuff too. As I said, the coloring, the sculpt, very well done. Shimo looks, actually, he's painted a lot better with slightly more detail than even the Playmates figure. So, but overall, they're fun. I don't know what you can really do with them other than, they're there for display. I do like the poses. They do give you somewhat intriguing poses that allow them to, for the most part, stay up. And like I said, they're not completely metal. Godzilla, all the limbs are plastic, soft plastic, so they are somewhat malleable. And we keep knocking over Kong. He is the least balanced. Scar King, though, pretty balanced in his hunch form. So yeah, that is the Jada 2.5-inch Metalfigs. There you go. All right, guys. And that'll wrap up this mini review of the Jada Metalfigs. So when you're out toy hunting, do be wary. Check the box, because you might be getting a keychain or you might be getting the standard figure. These are now being sold in 3 different sets. So these are all individual. The Godzilla was individual, but like I said, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize they were keychains when I bought them. So best way you can tell is just look in the box. So you can see the keychains propped up in the back of the window of the little boxes. But for $5, these are fun little impulse buys. Honestly, no better, no worse than any of the high-grade candy figures you would get from Japan. So, if you like what you see, we do have a show. It's called the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. We are on social, X at the Kaiju Kingdom, Twitter, well, that's X and Twitter, same thing. Instagram at the Kaiju Kingdom, and Facebook.com/the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. And if you don't like downloading, well, our show is also available on all of your favorite podcast streamers. And that'll wrap it up for this edition of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.